Okay. Hi guys. My name is Iberi Johnson. I'm a data science instructor. So in our last class, we discussed about data science, introduction to data science, what data science is all about, what you can use it to the places you work with data science, the questions in data science, the ethics, and all the fundamental you need to know, the principles you need to know about data science. Now in our class today, we're going to continue Excel basic and Martin for data science. Excel is a very interesting and powerful analytic application program that is made by Microsoft. So you can do a lot of things, use it to do a lot of things. We're going to focusing on its usage in data science. So, but it's not everything about Excel is more, you can do more Excel than only data science I do. Before data science came to become popular, Excel has been there and people have been using it to analyze their financial or their data for data science into place. And it's one of the basic tools to analyze data, and it's easier to learn, it's easier to understand. So there are a lot of spreadsheets, Microsoft Excel, Google Excel, and all the rest of them. But two of the most popular spreadsheets are Microsoft Excel and Google Excel. In this tutorial and this course, we're going to be using Microsoft Excel, reason because it's cost effective and it's easier to understand. But if you can follow as well with any of the spreadsheets you feel you can understand. But me, I decided to work with Excel for I've been working with it for years. Now let's continue. So this is a complete beginner's Excel guide teaching you basic what you need as a data scientist. It's not everything of Excel that you need. Though I will encourage you when you have time, do well to go deeper into Excel. But there are more to it, which as data scientist, I think you need to go more deeper. But as a start point, the basics is enough for you to starting point to get when you started getting to the area of advance, you can start advancing your knowledge on Excel. Thank you. Now let's continue. So understanding Excel environment. Excel is a spreadsheet application that allow you to organize, analyze, and visualize data for data science. It's perfect because it's user-friendly and widely available. No code required. No code is required. It's just a click and drop to start analyzing data. It's great for data sets up to 1 million rows. Excellent visualization to industrial standard. So Excel is the industrial standard. Like I said earlier, Excel was the first business analytics tools. So that's why it's the first, is industrial standard. Other companies started learning and picking patterns from what Microsoft have put in place. So let's proceed. So understanding workbooks and spreadsheets. What is workbook? Workbook is the file you save in your computer, while a spreadsheet is a page in the spreadsheet, right? So workbook, now think about workbook like a book and worksheets like a page in that book. Don't worry if you are getting confused. Don't worry, when we start, you will get to understand. When we started opening our spreadsheet, you get to understand it, right? So that's the way it is. Now our first hands on practical, we're going to be opening our Excel. I don't know if you're using Excel or you're using Google Sheet or whatsoever, or WPS sheets, anyone you're using, all of them are, it's a just minor functionality displacements. That's the difference between them. So anyone you want to use, you make sure you already master the where the functionalities are placed, right? So that will be easy for you. So you want to open Excel, double click on it. You notice you have a blank, you see that you have a blank space with one worksheet called sheet one. Okay, let me open my Excel. It's opening. So right click on that sheet one and at the bottom and rename it to. So we click rename it to, let's rename it to vertical data. Let's rename it to vertical data. Yeah, it's open. Now let's rename it to vertical data. Okay, let's open it on a blank. Okay, great. Now look at the bottom. You can see that there is one spreadsheet one. You can click on the plus sign to add spreadsheet two. You can see it. You click on that one, spreadsheet three. But we're not needing it now. So let me change the name of spreadsheet one to, wait, let me paste it. I already copied it. I see it. Practice data is there. Okay, let's proceed. Now we have done this. I've done this. Okay, said we should click another one and let's click another one, add analysis. Click here and add name as analyst. Great. Great. You can see we have just created our first sheet. We have just opened our first workbook and created another worksheet on it. Now let's look about understanding the Excel interface. That is the face of the Excel. Now this area is the ribbon. Is where we call the ribbon. Is where the functionalities, tabs. This one is file tab, home tab, insert tab, page tab, formula tab, data tab, review tab, view tab, help tab. So each and every one of these tabs have a great functionalities, right? They have great functionalities. Now the second one is the naming tab. So the naming tab, this here is the naming tab. It shows the address of the selected cell. The address of this one is A1. That's the address is showing there. The formula bar. The formula bar, this is the formula bar. It shows where you can edit the formula. So when we start editing or summing our data, you would start seeing the formulas here. So let's proceed for now. And the cell is this. Here is a cell. A1 is cell. A cell contains each data has one cell. Two data we share one cell. And that's the cell. And we have the column and the row. Here is the column. Column starts from A to Z and continue. It can be A1, it's continue. Now this is row. Row has the label 1 2 to 1.something million. So this is with the vertical is column, while the row horizontal is the row. Let's proceed. Combining letters, cell address. Here is cell address, A3 cell address. Now let's move forward. So let's talk about basic data entry. Now we're about to create our first data, create our first data set. Now I said click on cell A, click on cell A, add student ID. Cell A, add student ID. Go back, click on tab for it to move. When you click on, for you to go to, okay, name, sorry, for you to go to, you click on tab. Each and every one you add, click on tab. Now you click tab, it's go to the next, you can add age. Age, right? Great. Now, the next one is mass score. This one is mass score. The other one is English score. Enter English score. I click enter so that you go to the next tab. Enter. Now you click enter. You go to the next tab. And see it went to the next tab. That's when you click, also you click enter to go to the next tab. Now let's enter our first. This is our first data set. So it's creating. So let's enter it. So I am going to enter one. I'm going to pause the video so that we go ahead. Click shift. After entering this first one, I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to pause the video so that we enter it. After entering, we'll come back. Avoid it, the video from being so long and spending much of our time for only entering data. It will be nice. So after entering this first one, I am going to pause the video and okay, let me great. Now I'm going to pause the video. After filling it, we'll come back. Great, welcome back. We have just created the first asset. So we are still going to want it ahead, but first of all, let's discuss about the shortcuts. Some of the important navigation shortcuts, very important. One of them is Control plus Home that takes the cell. Now we press Control plus Home, take the cell home to A1, and you press Control Shift, and it takes it. Okay, sorry. Control and you know, take it to the last. Okay. The next one is Control Shift that jumps to the edge. So when you press Control Shift, Control arrow, take to the end. Take it to the end of the that's it. Make sure you find yourself at the end. Okay. With that plan. Now shift plus tab moves to the next tab. When you press tab, it moves to the next column. Okay, let me list on A1. Move tab. You can see it moves to the next. Use shift plus tab. It moves to the end. Moves to the end. Shift moves to the end of it. So that's yeah. So make sure you are experimenting them. So experimenting it, it's posting. Now let's format our first data formatting. Formatting makes it look nice and good. Simplify it, make it easy to read and analyze. So let's start by formatting the student data we just created. First thing first, we're going to first of all format the header. Select the cells. We're going to say you select it by clicking on A1 and dragging it. Good. And dragging it, you can now increase the volume in head. Hold it. With good it. You can change the background color. Okay. You add border. Yeah, add border to it. Change the background color to light blue or black. Good. So change. Change. You can draw it out to make sure that what happened. There is change. Okay. Okay. See what's happening. Okay. Nice. Great. That should be that one. Right? Yeah. Great. Okay, let's proceed. Let me now bold it. Okay. Yeah, let me increase its size. That's fine. Bold it. Change the color. Let's change the color. Yes. So this one is not. It will enter. So go. It will be the with. Okay, name is okay. Mass. Mass. English. Okay, great. Thank you. Uh, So it's not off. So I've changed column, change the color, align it. Let's align it center. This is the alignment here. This is left, center, right. So let's align it center. Let's check the next. I'll go align it center. Change the color. Okay, we're good to go. Now column with adjustments, which I just did now, and do it manual. Hover over the between and drag it, which is what I just did now. Number formatting. Okay, let's add the column. Let's add a column from let's go in F. Let's create a column. F, just say F. Okay, and just add. Now let's try this. Let's paste it. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, now let me make it to look like others. Similar. This is 12. Bold it. We change. Okay, great. Let's change the color. Blue. Yeah, cool. Good to go. Now let's balance this and drag it. Good. Mm-hmm. Change the color. Change it. Okay. Now let's find look for the okay. This is how to check the average. Divide it by 2. Now the average has checked. Now there is a small plus. This highlighted here. You just click on it and draw it, and boom, I've entered the score. This is one of the why Excel is so great. Once you just click it and draw it, it will fill it for you. Right? So let's proceed. Let's proceed. Now let's put a drop down. Let's format the numbers so that it will look nice. Let's click 2 to 3. Let's go to general number. It's formatted. Which this has been formatted. Now let's continue. Now let's add border to the cell. So we select our entire and add border to it. We select the entire. You can see how to select it, enjoy it. Now we come to here, font, click on it and go to all border. Because I've turned it to table. You can see now this is the beauty of a cell. It's like one of our numbers, good of 5. Okay. Let me add it. Right. Okay. That's the beauty. Enter the average by itself. Average just go by itself. So let's proceed. Let's proceed. Trying to come. Okay, now let's use a conditional. Let's use conditional formatting. We are talking about a cell basic formatting. Conditional formatting data visualization. This automatically highlights cells based on their value. So it highlights cells based on their value. The particle. Let's highlight mass. Okay, let's highlight mass score. You will select 2D to down. This is it. You select it down. So I'm selecting it down. Now go to your conditional. Click it in here. Conditional formatting. You select. You highlight cells use. So done. Let's paste it down. Let's use what I use here so that you don't get it. You can use anything you like. You can always change it. So put the 85 I use there, and we'll click. We select green. Green fill with, yeah, great. That's great. I see another color have changed. Let's do another one. Let's do another one. Try another one. Let's highlight F2. F2 to 16. Okay. Let's do let's put 82. Let's put the same conditional. Okay, well, this time we're going to be using less than the second one. There are a lot of functionalities you can use here. Let's use this. Okay, let's use light red. Okay, which is already there. Great. I see the beauty. So now I've formatted your data set you created. Congratulations as you keep moving. Now let's talk about importing. You can't be talking about working data without importing. So a lot of people import from website, from CSV, from database, from whatever, even from your old Excel in your system, you can as well import from there. Now, like types of data, types of data file you can import. These are files you can import. The XCV, the XCV, the CX, sorry, the CXV is separated by comma separated values. Separate values by comma, most commonly used, which is almost what everybody is using. Text file, Excel files, another source. Database connection advanced. Database connection for advanced. Now the step by step of importing cell. Now you will click, let's open another page. You click on go to data and data. So there are a lot of ways to import data. You can import to the web, you can import to XCV tasks, but when you click here, guess the data, you now go to from where. If it is Excel or Excel you use, choose here. But me, I want to import XCV. Let me click XCV, text and XCV. So so that you see the beauty of Excel. Now you will locate where you stored when you save the file. I save this one on desktop, click desktop. Now in my cybersecurity documents tutorial, as well as saved it. And let me open Python for data science. Nice. And this is where the file is in students. Here in dataset, now you click import. You click import and wait for it to load. Wait for it. Now it have loaded. You can see I have loaded it. Now after loading it, it is a preview for you to look. You look and see if your data are correct. Currently is correct, so there is nothing to wait. You can check if it is not separated with comma. You can change it to what is separated with, but this one is separated with comma. So let me upload it. Let us load it and see how the beauty of Excel. So you'll be able to see the beauty. Great. It's uploaded. This is the beauty of Excel. So this data set. I'm the one that created it by myself. So I'm going to drop it as XCV file, so a link for it, so that you're going to be using it, use it to test importing, how to import your own file as well. Thank you. So let's proceed. We're making headway. We talked about importing, talked about preview, talked about load. Okay, one of the important things to do after you have loaded your data is this. You immediately check whether the data, just like I said earlier, whether the data is correct, whether there is any cells or stuff. You scroll through it, check it and see if there is anywhere something is missing. You check for blank rows and cells. Look for obvious errors. Where there is errors, you check data type, whether the numbers are really number data type or they appear in text or what's. Check the images, whether they appear the images and other, whether it's text, whether text is organized, whether dates are formatted as dates instead of another thing. These are the things you're going to check. Now, after checking all these things, you're going to be frozen the header. The reason for freezing the header is that if you have a larger set, or even this small set, you see the header scrolling ahead, which you might not be able to read what's in the header. That's why there is need for it to be glued together, for it to frozen, so that it won't scroll. So that even if the other data screw up, you will still be watching it and know what it's all about. So let's click on set 2 and select 2, say A2, say A2, which is first cell below the header. Okay, let me use our, okay, yeah, great. Let me use first cell below the header. Now you go to view, right? Come to view. After view, you click froze panel and choose the one you like, but we're here to froze only the header. So we'll froze it. This one you can froze by button, by column. Now that's if you want to froze it by column. But we're going to froze the header by panel of okay, let me show you Okay, you can see that. Okay, like using it. I'm supposed to show you. Now you see that the header is scrolling, right? Look at the header, it's scrolling, which is wrong. It's not supposed to be scrolling. Now let us click on lock it. Wait, I have locked it. You can see no more scrolling. It's only the data that will be scrolling. So this is one important aspect as a data scientist going to be, so that even though if somebody is scrolling, it will still be showing the header. Now let's proceed. Right? Now let's apply filter. Let's apply filter to the. Now in this, you can see that the number one is Mary Ann. Mary Ann. Now let me filter it. I will arrange it. So let me arrange it. You can this there's a filter in every role has a filter, but as well there is filter here which you can use to filter. But let me filter from here. Let me filter from A to Z. You can see it now started with A. Aston Bailey, it's not started with A. But as well, filter with age. Okay, let me filter with age as well. The small number. Starting to filter. You can filter with attendance. Yes, can filter with attendance, can filter as well with the dates. Let's say the oldest to newest. Which have filtered by everything. So you can as well go to data and filter. Here, this is filter and sort and filter. Right here, you can use any one of these things you have here, any one of these functionalities to filter it. Thank you. So let's proceed. Great, we have finished with the form, and let's go to essential formulas for data science. So essential formulas for data science. Essential formulas for data science. Understanding all formulas starts with equals to. Every formula starts with equals to. Cell reference updates automatically. When you reference cells, when you add like this, D2 is D5. If you see that if you want to update automatically, you have referenced it, it will update automatically. Now let's come to basic arithmetic formulas. So basic arithmetic formula, these are create a new sheet called formula practice. Okay, let's create this one. Let's create this new sheet. We call it formula practice. Create, that's what we call it. So, okay, since I've already created this one already, let me change the name of this. So I believe by now you know how to create a spreadsheet. I believe you should be able to know by now. We have created. Let me put this. Some things you have to take serious. Now I'm going to post it once again. To come back once I have filled all the data, so that I don't want this video to be, even if going above 1 hour, at least let it not be too much. Let it not be too much, because for somebody to stay in a place and be watching the video 1 hour is not easy. No, it's not easy. So let's make it not to be too long. So I will, once I have filled everything, I'll be back. Thank you. We have finished typing the data. Let's create a new this thing. Mm-hmm. Okay, D1. Let's type total volume. Let's type total volume. Mm. Okay, great. In So fire information, price times quantity is total value. So let's place it. Okay, let's place it. I will not draw it. No, this one. Okay. Wait. You count it, you plus it out. No, let's see. So not draw it. Um, something is wrong with it. Mm, mm. Wait, now let's continue. So I've added price, the total value. Now let's add grand value. Let's add grand value here. Mm, good. Now let's add the sum of everything. The sum of value. Good, it has added. And see how easy and simple Excel is. Simple Excel is. Now essential statistical formula. Let's go back to our students data. Let's go back to our students data we created. Great. This is it. Alright, continue. Same data we created. Let's type H H1 H1. Leave it blank. This one we at I2. Let's talk about two. Okay, sorry. Into F2. So we enter F2. Let's see this thing. The colon, sorry. See the colon to get something like that. Let's check the average. Let's check the average. You can see it has entered. Let's just paste the mass, the formula. Enter. Let's check Harris score. Okay. Let's check. Wait, let's put US score. So it check, let's check the record of all these things at once. Not anybody interfering. This is the beauty of Excel, why everybody love it. It's easier to create, and anybody that wants to learn it. To learn it's easy. Okay, let me check the one. The students count. Student count is count any number of data. Allow you to understand the number of data we are working with. Right? So this is the formula. Count of children or students. It is really great too. Now then score. See the formulas. I believe this will help all of us understand it. It's So this is definition. The average calculates the mean. That's what the average calculates. While the max find the highest value, while the minimum counts the minimum, the smallest. While the count this number of cells, while the median counts value. Sort your data. Now let's talk about logical formulas. Very powerful. So we are not supposed to be talking about it here, but we're going to mention a bit before going into if statements. Now using if statement, these are logical. Now let's continue. Let's add well pass in G. Let's add it in G. Great. Let's add it in G. Okay. That's great. Thank you. So let's type to type these formulas. And type this formula. It's for if pass. And let's do it. Okay. I've completed it instantly. Beauty of Excel sheet. Now let's how it works. This is how it works. If condition, value if true, value is if false. This is mainly used when you're trying to categorize data. Use it on to create flags. This is when you use the conditional or when you want to calculate conditional calculator. That's when you use it. So the next one is count cell. You want to count cell. Now in H, let's type our students. So let me add in I H. Okay, I saw it. Let's proceed. It's see it's a filter it and it's exactly put a pass is 3. You check the results. There is the average. This is the high highest means highest math score, lowest math score, count of students. January. Okay. Count it and then So that's it. Let's proceed. Let's proceed. Some if. Some if. Okay, let's proceed. Let me proceed. This sum if we are going to, no, we're not going to be doing it here, but we kept it here so that if you want to pass it with it, you can practice with it. This is another create more practical table. So you're going to be creating it by yourself, and the assignments I placed here. So we're going to talk about it in our next class, and as well text, how to format. Let's talk about text formatting, how you can join two text together. I can join two text. Okay, let's begin. Okay, in our students record in when you put description, how to add description in H1. Zero student record. Let me put the description. How to join description. Okay, let's proceed. And in H2, we're going to be typing right. Let me put this and start it. See. Measuring. Let's now let's proceed. I've joined the name. Let's, you can as well change upper letters, change use change upper letter, small letter. And let's talk about sorting. As a sort data, it's a sort data which I've said earlier on. Okay, let me add filter to it. So you can sort it by large. So this one as small as, so that's the sorting. We'll always be using sorting. So this is also, it's either you sort by descendant, sort by ascendant, by A to Z, or all of them are here. The multiple level sorts. Let's talk about multiple level sorts, which is click any. Click. After clicking it, we're not going to sort. Okay. Sort it, click any, and click sort here. It's now a dry box you open, which will give you conditions sort by. So very okay, let me make okay. sort it by average. Sort it by average. Not click. Yes, see, it's have resorted it. That's what I'm telling you. So let's beautiful beauty of there is filter out. Okay, they can see the job done. Which I guess layer you can filter out. Mm-hmm. Filter by number, can filter by greater than. Okay, let us close this. This is not yet time for us to can filter by color, filter by smallest. You can filter out one you like to filter out. So just going through the materials. Whenever you get confused, let me know. Let us know that you're having issues here. So you can filter by number. You can see when you click on mass. Okay, is it mass or base score? Let me make a mass score. Oh, mass score. This is it. Okay, this is the mass score. Bye. It will be okay. Sorry, like there's no one. I'll check. Okay. If you don't, this is how you can use to filter the number. So just follow the. I'm trying to rush so that what's happening is you can filter multiple filter as well. Multiple filter. Let's see. Filter by number. It's not Let's filter it. So let's go through the materials. We're going to be in our next class. We're going to talk about data cleaning. So it's not in this. We're not supposed to be talking about it on this class. Then find and replace. Not here. We're going to be talking about the create. Now you create your. This is your first analysis project. This is your first project you want to create. Okay, this one is in our next class that we're going to be talking about. Now, let's talk about best practice for data in Excel. So the best practice for data in Excel is this: data must be data organization rules. One rule per observation. Yeah, each data must be in the row in one cell, one column per variable. Each column must be have one variable. Like you have one name must be in one column. You can't take first name, last name, put them in the column. No, it doesn't have that. Then the header must be the row, the first row, and must be frozen. No empty rows and empty column on it. Then the naming convention, you have to use underscore. Like I said earlier, you have to use underscore. You cannot just keep it empty like here. Student underscore ID, not student ID. No, that's not the way. You avoid special character when you're naming it. Then best formula best practice. You use a named range in it when doing your formula. You keep the formula simple. Don't go and be pack all the formula and put it. Although we still talk about it in future. Then add comments. When the formula becomes so complex, it's good to add comments to it. Right? It's good to add comments. So now ensure you save all your work. We're going to save it Control X frequently. Save it as -XLX or -XCV. Or if it is in Google Chrome, it's saved by itself. So make sure you're saving it. And this is your practical exercise for you. I just placed it for you. If you have time, if you want to it using the ones we've already solved and run through it. Common it's a mistake you have to avoid. Not using cell reference. You have to avoid it. Typing instead of pointing. You have to forgetting the equal sign. Forget the equal sign. I mean, it will work. Not freezing the not freezing the header. You have to freezing it. Manual calculation. Not saving frequently. That's a big issue. You have to save it. These are formulas I put, so you have to have a book where you'll be writing down the formulas. They'll be important for you in future. Now, congratulations, you now have a solid foundation in Excel for data science. The key to mastering is practice, 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 practice. That's why I am giving access to this material so that you'll be able to use it and practice even as you're watching the video. So start with small data sets, start with small data sets, experiment with formulas. These ones I'm even here more is coming, and don't be afraid, even if you make mistake, right? So you are having issue anywhere, make sure you drop it and let me know so that we know how to handle it, and make sure that those assignments you're able to do it. If you're anywhere you're having problem with it, let me know. So I see you in the next class. Thank you.